Hello students, today we are going to be working on the three types of balance: radial balance, rotational balance, and asymmetrical balance. We've already talked about this in class. Now today you're going to get started doing some sketches, a little bit of brainstorming. So the first thing you need to do is find something round like a plate or a bowl. Trace it so that you get a nice circle. Then, because I'm doing radial design, I kind of want to know where the center is. So I'm going to just kind of eyeball it and try and put it in as best I can. You know, you don't always get it right on the first time. So you notice I raised and moved. So, you know, make a mark. If you don't think it's right, you can always move it. Then I just happen to have a ruler for this one. So I measured out 4 quadrants. But you can also eyeball it. On the first design that I did, I just eyeballed it, and that worked out okay as well. It's more important that you get things moving out from the center, but some people might find it a little easier to just mark out. You just need something that will make a straight line. I know I'm going super fast here. So what I'm doing is I'm adding in shapes, and I'm repeating them in all of the 4 quadrants. And I just, every place you put in a shape, you'll want to repeat it again, moving out from that center point. You can add lines, shapes, textures. So I'm just adding some texture in here behind some of my shapes. And yeah, I wish I could draw this fast. In reality, this took me a lot longer to do than that. You know, erase any extra lines that you don't like. Okay, so there we go, radial balance. Okay, I'm going to repeat the same steps for my rotational balance design. So I traced my bowl again. Remember, you can use a plate, bowl, whatever. Okay, finding center again is helpful, so I put a mark for that, and now I am drawing the design that I liked. You know, and feel free to be sketchy with these. These ones don't have to be perfect. We're going to make a more refined sketch later. So I'm drawing some hummingbirds. I was inspired by hummingbirds because I saw a lot of them in the last couple weeks coming to my flowers in my garden. So I decided I'd do a little design with hummingbirds. So I'm drawing it. Notice choosing kind of a curved something seemed to work really well for me for rotational balance, so I just did the 2 curved birds, kind of almost like mirror images, opposite flipped. Now we're going to start on the symmetrical balance. Now when you're working on the symmetrical balance, just really think about how does it balance. Is it, you know, if you were sitting on a seesaw with all the weight, which side would it go on? You don't want it to be totally off balance. You just don't want it to look like a mirror image on each side. So in this drawing, I'm putting in some birds and some plum blossoms. I had a lot of chickadees feeding at my bird feeders this summer. I really enjoyed watching them, so inspired by the chickadees, I'm putting in some chickadees and some plum blossoms. So notice how the one on the right's a little larger, the one on the left's a little smaller, the branch is bigger, but it goes across, and that is asymmetrical balance. Okay, class, it's your turn.